Oh, howdy all, grab yourself a drink. It is time for some Path of Exile discussion. With patch 3.18 a few days away, there's been a lot of people testing potential league starters, including testing meme builds that they didn't understand why they worked that did well last league. And while people were doing this, they found a completely broken interaction that has been in the game for a little while and has managed to stay under rugs. This is the interaction of mines that fire projectiles, most commonly Eye of Winter, and Flame Wall. Flame Wall's intended behavior is that if a monster gets stuck in the flame wall, or alternately is struck by a projectile that's hit by it, it takes a secondary damage debuff. This is damage over time. It deals a moderate amount of damage, but it's not one of the biggest damaging skills in the game, and it's not meant to be. However, with this Eye of Winter issue, if you have a whole bunch of Eye of Winter mines and you release them all at once, or other projectile mines for that matter, then the monsters that are stuck behind them that get hit by Eyes of Winter projectiles that have gone through the flame wall don't just take this secondary damage once as intended. Instead, they take it once for every individual mine that resulted in them being hit. The result of this is that Flame Wall ends up doing something like 25 times the damage that it is designed to do, and as a result, you see some hilarious footage of monsters being absolutely deleted. Now, this is not a build that would have been at all fun to play, but it is a build that would have won any race that was run, and so GGG have committed it to it's only just been noticed. The second really broken interaction that's going around at the moment. A couple of patches ago, there was a nerf to Corpse Life after Detonate Dead was absolutely dominant in event after event after event. The way that this was meant to work was that any corpse that had more life than a Katava's Herald would have its life pool nerfed to equal that of a Katava's Herald, so 360% of base monster life. Now, this was something that was going to bring Detonate Dead from the only build that was viable in races to one of the strongest builds viable in races, but still not the only build. However, there was a corpse or two that were missed. There were a couple of corpses in Act 3, some of those tall giant monsters that were left untouched by this and that have something like 518% of base life. And this means that Detonate Dead is currently, if you use those corpses, and you can bring them into other zones by the use of Desecrate, if you use those corpses, Detonate Dead is doing about 44% more damage than it's intended. In short, whilst people playing Detonate Dead are playing on a 7 link, you're stuck playing on a 6 link if you're not playing the skill. There has been no commitment from GGG as to whether this is going to be nerfed or not. A number of the races that are most likely to win the league launch event have made a commitment not to use Detonate Dead in this event as a result, partly of this bug, but also partly as a result of it being so broken for so long. It'll be really interesting to see what happens there, whether someone that's a less experienced racer will use Detonate Dead anyway and win the race, or whether one of them will win it anyway without using this clutch skill. Been really interesting to see, and I'll let you know if there's any other broken stuff that's found while people are preparing for the new league start. As for me, I'm going to go something that's a bit fundamentally fairer, although something strong. I'm probably going to give Absolution another try for league start, and then respec into a Spiders build. That's my plan. I've never played Arakali's Fang, and it's something I've wanted to do for a while. May Valobs have interesting results.